Okay, what's up, YouTube Gen X? Is it maturity or is it being exposed to a new group of people? Um, so I'm having this conversation, and my boy's talking about maturity. You know, it is what it is, and a lot of the times, unfortunately, black people, including black women, are late to mature. Um, you know, and there's some truth to what he's saying because I'm looking at some of my non-black friends, and at 25, 26, a lot of them are getting married. Um, and, you know, in terms of my black friends, you know, we're nowhere near there. And is there a level of immaturity? Okay, I'll give him that, right? I will give him that. Um, but when it comes to the women, yeah, it holds up too, but it's not so much immaturity or being slow to mature. It's more so the change in your circle of people. Now, first of all, there's some black women that never get it. This idea that um, somehow by getting older, you magically know what it means to be in a family unit. That's bullshit. It's like not knowing how to read. Being older doesn't automatically make you somebody who's literate. It doesn't. That's why it's like you look at an older person who's uneducated and it's like, wow, how come you can't do basic math? How come you can't read? You're older. Well, quite frankly, it has nothing to do with his age. It's more so to do with, was he ever taught or did he ever learn it? It's not inborn in you. It's not, you know, knowing how to read isn't biologically hardwired into you. It's not. It's something that you have to pick up. You know, it's not like walking where, you know, it just comes. You're hardwired to know how to walk. Even talking. You know, you're hardwired to be able to move your mouth and make noises, but, you know, learning how to talk, that's the learned behavior. You know, so if you take somebody and you isolate him from humanity for all his life and you reintroduce him into society at 30, it doesn't matter that he's 30. He's not going to know how to read. He's not going to know how to talk English. All he'll know how to do is be able to visibly see that there's a book with, you know, markings on it, and he'll know how to utter out certain sounds and whatnot, but that's it. So there are black women who never get it. You know, even in my school district, there are black women, you know, some of the moms of some of the students who are like 35 plus, hood as fuck, hood. Hood, I'm talking about like, damn, you are really hood. You know, loud and whatnot, and I'm like, yo, it's not on some like, you know, when you get older, you naturally mature. Bullshit. What happens is, you'll have a lot of your older black women who, in order to have fun and in order to rationalize whatever bullshit that they want to do, they'll act as if they come from, you know, backgrounds where they were deprived of a family unit and what it means to be in a loving, warm family environment. I never knew my father, yada, yada, yada. They'll act as if they're part of that group, but in reality, they're not. So you'll have a lot of women, I don't want to say a lot, but you'll have a certain segment that are fronting. You know, they're putting up smoke screens. I know a lot of them too. I went to school with a lot of them. You know, they're trying to act as if, you know, they don't know what love is, so they're trying to figure out what's going on. And I'm like, yo, cut that shit out, right? You know, I know where you grew up. I low key know your family. I know your background. Like, you're lying right now. You know, you're trying to kick it right now. You know, you're lying to kick it. You know, just take it easy. Be who you are. If you want to have fun, you want to wild out, go ahead and do so. But don't act as if you're doing so because you don't know what it means to have love and you don't know what it means to be around responsible black men. You know, when your brother's in college, you know, your cousin's at Stanford, you know, your dad's the old school Omega, you know what I mean? Like, get that out of here. Uh, so you'll have that group who they're just lying to have fun. Uh, but then you have your other group where it's not about maturity, but more so they're being exposed to other women who have grown up in a family background, and they themselves have their own family. So for those black women, for the first time, they're being exposed to family-oriented people, and they're understanding what it means to be in that sort of relationship. Understand, a lot of the times, you don't really, especially if you're black, you don't really get that sort of stable, full-time job. I know I'm going to be here for the long haul till you're late, till you're older. You know, around 27, 28, you kind of fall into that position where it's like, okay, I'm about to be here for a while now, right? I'm about to put my anchor down in this company, in this position. You know, it doesn't happen till you're later, till you're older, excuse me, later on. So for a lot of your black women, whether they're educated or not, who do find some sort of stable employment, whether it's full-time or damn near full-time, it usually comes later on. You know, they're secure in terms of where they want to be. If they relocated after college or they just relocated, typically they're going to be settling down at that time. So now they're in this sort of new sort of job where your life revolves around your work. You know, it is what it is. Everybody, you know, people, when you look at a career, you have to look at the lifestyle that goes with the career. You know, if you're going to be a doctor, there's a certain lifestyle that goes with being a doctor. If you want to be a lawyer, there's a certain lifestyle that goes with being a lawyer. If you want to be a mechanic or a construction worker or a cop, there's a lifestyle that goes around that. So oftentimes, when you get into that career, it's easier for you to hang out with your coworkers because you guys all have the same schedule. You know, you all live relatively close to each other. You see each other every day. You get off at work at the same time. So it's relatively easier to hang out with them. Does that mean that you no longer have your friends of the past? No, they're still there, obviously. But it's harder to get them together because people are in different cities, different states. People got different jobs and different industries. So you oftentimes spend more time with the people you work with. Hey, let's go get some drinks after work. Oh, let's go to the movies. Oh, you know, we get a group discount because we work for the county or because we work for the state or whatnot. Oh, let's go to the gym after work. Oh, let's go shopping over the weekend. It's just easier. So now for a lot of these, you know, older black women, late 20s, early 30s, for the first time, they are around women from families who they themselves have their own families. So they're seeing, you know, the white chick who's happily married and, you know, she has this sort of vibrant personality, and her husband is like, you know, a regular Joe Schmo, nothing special. You know, he's not walking around like George Clooney or Brad Pitt. He's a normal, hard-working, Tim the Toolman Taylor sort of white guy. Or the Asian chick whose husband, you know, is like, you know, a software engineer. Nothing special, right? You know, he's not, you know, walking around on some different shit. He's just a normal guy who's the engineer. Or the Indian girl whose husband is the engineer, whatnot. You know, just normal shit. You know, it is what it is. Normal shit, and they're happy. Oh yeah, you know, we're going out this weekend. Oh, you know, we're moving. We're gonna buy a new home, or you know, we're gonna leave the kids at my sister-in-law and go off to the spa. You know, normal shit. Oh, it's Christmas time. Hey, let me send you a Christmas card. You know how it is. You know, Merry Christmas from the Waltons, right? And it's them. They're all wearing a red sweater, and they have the dog with the Rudolph antlers on. Hey, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the Chows. That sort of shit. Hey, come to the house. We're having a Christmas party. There's going to be eggnog. That sort of regular shit. You know, for a lot of black women, they've never seen that shit. They've never been around that shit. So for the first time, they're being exposed to it. It has nothing to do with maturity. Like I said before, somebody has to expose them to it. Being older doesn't automatically mean that you're exposed to it. So you get that Then you get the sort of, oh, now I get it. Oh, okay, where's your quote-unquote swagless black men at? Where are they at now? Right? Where are your hardworking, everyday, ordinary black men? Your hardworking black guys, where are they? Right? That's where you get the change. Or even your black women that want to talk about how, oh, now I want to date white men. Now I want to interracially date. It's coming from their exposure to non-black women. So whatever concepts and ideas that they want to have, it's coming from them. Let's keep it real. That's where it's coming from. I see it all the time. I'm seeing, I'm getting older, so a lot of the women in my group, in terms of like my age range, a lot of them are like anywhere from like 26 to like 30, right? And I'm seeing a lot of them make the change, and all of a sudden it's like, are they maturing? Nope. Lo and behold, they're in that sort of career now. They have their full-time job, and it's like, I'm going to be here for a while. So now all of a sudden you hop on their Facebook page, and it's not them, in their Delta jackets or their AKA jackets throwing up whatever sign they throw up. Now it's them at the Christmas party with their non-black coworkers, right? That's what you see. Or them at a barbecue, right, with their non-black coworkers. Or them bowling with their non-black coworkers. That's what you see now. And all of a sudden, they have this new outlook on life in terms of who they're going for and what they're checking for now. So it is what it is. So like I said before, it's not a maturity thing, right? Because the women that weren't exposed to it, they never get it. They never get it. I see it all the time. You'll see a 50-year-old black woman who never got it or whatnot, right? So out of the women who do get it, it's not maturity. Like I said, you got the women who are lying. They're lying to have fun. But they're like the minority. So the rest of your majority are women who, for the first time, are being exposed to non-black women who are coming from family backgrounds. That's my video. Y'all take it easy. God bless.